Alright, Dodge update number 4. So I got some primer action on the dually flare. Still got our tiger striped hood. And we got some painting done on the front here. And guys, this is just one coat. I'm going to put 3 coats of color on the entire truck. So this is just the first preliminary coat. But as you can see, we didn't get any tiger striping here, so I think we got our overlap figured out. There's some areas right here where it looks like there's like bleed through or something, but what that is it's a when I wiped it off to tack it up before I used my wax and grease remover. I think there was some dust or something that was left on that panel right there, so it'll all get sanded down with 500, and then we're going to shoot the next coat on it. Spraying out, I don't think I used enough thinner, and we got a lot of this, maybe not enough thinner and too much hardener. Kind of got that orange peel thing going on, and it didn't come out, it didn't lay out of the gun at all. It came out like splatter paint coming out, so it's definitely going to require some sanding to flatten everything back out again, and then another coat. But again, it was you know, the first coat of color, kind of a test coat if you will. But it looks a lot better. And once it is cured and dried, we'll be able to wet sand it, we could buff it, we could clear coat it, or we could just wax it. That's what most people do. The nice thing about this color, it's a matte black, so it's not quite flat, but it's far from gloss. So you get this kind of like dull sheen to it, which is what I was going for. It's kind of what I wanted. But it should look good when it's all done. Just wanted to give you guys an update on some of the painting. What I've decided to do now is actually just do the entire truck all at one time. Tape it all off once and then spray it. I was doing it in sections just because I had a quart can and I was making just enough for the area I needed. The problem with that though is that if you do your ratio wrong and you're trying to maintain a constant ratio, it's hard with the products I'm using. So there we go, guys. Got some color on it. It looks kind of weird, but it should come out really nice when it's all said and done. And going down here a little bit too, right there's my line for my stone guard. As you can see, that stone guard blends in perfectly. I did spray over it. I know it looks darker on the video here, but it's the same color flat black. You can't tell the difference. So that should be really good. Hopefully that'll help my rockers from getting all chipped up and rusted out. I've decided that on the inside here, I'm going to jam it after instead of doing it before. It's just easier to tape it off and do it after. So we'll jam this out. And I can either do that with a rattle can, because I can buy this color in a rattle can, or I'll use some of the leftover paint and just go around, because you know the silver flat black thing it's not a good look. So we'll do that, but it should go pretty quick. Biggest things are my rust areas. I mean, they're gonna show up with this color. Like that one looks terrible. There's that one, and then the big guy right there, which I'm gonna have to cut out and replace. I think that's the only way to get around that. It hasn't bubbled here, so I'm pretty sure I could come up like maybe cut up to there and then go down, and then I'm also gonna have to rebuild some of the inner rocker right there where it rotted out. But you know, New England life, that's what you gotta deal with. So I'm gonna try to get that done this weekend, get this cut out, patched, stone guard from this line down, prep and do all the body work on this side and the bed, and hopefully next weekend I'll have good weather and I can shoot it 3 coats, and paint and body will be done on this beast for a while, and then we'll be on to the small mechanicals and registration. So that should be good. I was trying to think of an easy solution for this other side with the rot. If you guys have any suggestions, feel free to throw them out. I want it to look like it's intentional. That's the only thing. I'm not trying to go for that patchwork look. You know, I could always just, I could rivet a panel here, like a stainless panel or something, but that looked kind of, And, or I could just rivet on a piece of metal, which would be alright, I guess, but for the effort that's involved with that, I might as well just cut it out and weld in a new piece. The only problem is here, in order to weld it in correctly, you'd have to take the dually flare off. And taking the dually flare off is going to be loosening hardware that I'm sure is rusted and seized together, so that's a nightmare in itself. This whole bed needs a lot of work. What I'm going to probably try to do at some point, locate a good 8-foot fleet side bed, and then I'll use this one as a template, and I'll be able to cut out for the duals and then put the flare on and mock everything up, and it should be pretty straightforward. What I was thinking would be really cool right here, unfortunately my emergency brake lines and fuel tank are right there, but what I think it would be really cool would be to cut this area right here, put in a big stainless steel piece, and then have a 5-inch exhaust come out right there. So get rid of your rust and you'd have a good exit for your exhaust. And I was going to do it on both sides. It put diesel soot all over the dualies, but I don't really care. I think it'd look kind of cool to be something different. I'm not going to do stacks, there's just no room for that nonsense. I mean, I already have the toolbox, so I'm already shortening my bed as it is. And I don't want to lose any more space with stacks. So that's it, guys. Flat black in this, getting it all ready to go. Things like these plastic pieces, I decided not to paint. Instead, I'm going to use a treatment on them and bring them back to the black color they used to be. Here you can see again, same kind of idea. A lot of wet sanding material here, and just dust in general. So once it's all painted, it'll of course get a full detail and be looking good again. That's where I'm at with the truck. I would like to retint the windows. These are tinted at a low percentage, and I'd also like to get a big strip going across here. Like, I think the rule in this state, I think, is 6 inches, which is probably what that is right now, but I'd like to go down to like 10 and do the curve across, just because I do a lot of highway, and I do a lot of highway in the afternoon, and heading from here to New York in the afternoon, you're going against the sun, and it really, on the highways I travel anyway, and it can become quite bright, so it'd be nice to cut that down a little bit. Gauges, I also changed things up on that, so I might as well tell you guys while we're here. But in here, what I've decided to do, instead of using the gauge piece that I got with the gauges, this interior panel, I'm going to use my stock one, and I painted the gauge pod black because I figured my dash already has this two-tone tannish gray and black with the gauges inside, so tannish gray A-pillar with a black pod kind of matches, and it's the easiest out for me instead of trying to do a color match. Yeah, color match is possible, but I have to wait a while to get the paint, and I just want to get this stuff in and done. Once that's all set up, I'll have my gauges all working. We'll have that in there. The two last things I plan to do to the interior, well, actually 3. Headliner, just because it looks tacky, it looks bad, it's falling down. Then I'm gonna do, I found one of the other people on YouTube did a seat cover by this company on Amazon. I can't remember what their name is. I don't particularly care for that guy's style of videos, but he actually recently picked up a similar truck. His is a short bed 2-wheel drive with the NV 4500. But he got these really nice covers that form fit, and they actually cover the center console too, which is really nice, and still maintain the opening ability, which would be great because then I could get a different color center console but get rid of my wear, because I have really bad wear right here. This is shot really bad. It's all gone from dude's arm. So I figure I'll get black covers for these, like the ones he got. Do the back seat, of course, too, and then new carpet on the floor. I think it's just the easiest option. I've tried cleaning this thing like 5 times. I can get it or it's better like it is now. I mean, this is actually better. That's been shampooed 3 or 4 times now, but it's just not getting there. So new carpet on the floor, and we'll do that. If time, money were no object, and I had the time more than anything else, I'd love to do a color change in here. What I would probably go for would be a black interior for all the plastic, and black seats. I always like the diamond style. I don't know, they used to use it on old hot rods in the 50s, that diamond style. I'd love to do that on the seats and the headliner. Can't really do that on these kind of door panels though, so you could just, you know, you could replace the carpet part of the door panel, but you can't do much there. And what I always thought would be really cool on the floor would be to do like a white and black diamond shaped tile, like a really light tile. I've seen them do it in semis before. It looks really cool, but I'm sure it'd be really hard to do in here. But again, not something that's going to happen. We don't have money for that. We don't have time for that. So basically I'm going to stay very much stock in here, and I've really come to appreciate stock interior as like just a clean stock interior, as opposed to all the custom crap, because I think just clean stock looks really good. Up there in my little cubby hole, thinking of putting a CB there, and then I can have my mic right there, which I think would work out nice. But yep, that's where we're at with this so far. So guys, thanks for watching, commenting, rating, subscribing, whatever else people do. And I hope to see you guys back for the next one. That badge actually came off really nice. It looks really good. So thanks for watching, guys.